What's going on, you guys? You guys are watching YCF Airboats. We're jumping back into this 383 stroker build. Alright, y'all. Now, I know that Trump flag is backwards. It's been backwards for a while ever since I put it up. Once I hung it, I realized it was backwards, and I ain't take the time or had the time to get up there and change it around. But I will change it around soon. I know my flag is backwards, alright? So anyways, started putting my braces on. I got this one to there, there to there, there to there. I still got to do there to there, there to there, and there to there. So I got my piece ready to cut. And I just received a comment from a fella that said I should show some more fabrications. Well, if I do that, the videos will be too long, which I'm going to try to inquire in the video with more editing. But I need to learn how to time lapse. Once I learn how to time lapse, I can speed up the video. When I bought my computer about 3 years ago, Amazon advertised as the fastest, baddest computer, so that's what I bought. And it's not what they said it was, because I can't even get the good editors. I have to use an old school editor because of memory and all this other stuff, and I don't know. But keep subscribing and keep working with me here. I'm gonna keep putting the money back into the channel in order to upgrade and do better. And I need to spend more time editing. It's just my time is so short because all the work life is short. Anyways, just hang tight, y'all. I'm working on it, I'm learning it, I'm getting better. But anyways, this is where we're at with it, and I'm gonna keep filling in the back diamond. Then we gotta do feet legs, front of the rudders, tabs for the rudders. Still gotta wire this thing, do my light bracket I do up there, flag mount on here, build a stern stick, gas tank mounts. And I'm sure there's some other stuff I'm missing. So just keep on watching, and we're gonna get back into it. All right, y'all, got the back exit or diamond up in there. All right, now all we gotta do is put our tabs in there, our light bar tab up in there, flag tab, wire the cage, set the rudders, and we're gonna have to weld a piece of flat plate somewhere down in here with a hole in it to accept his goddamn steering cable. All right. Other than that, this cage is just about wrapped up. I mean, no, it's not just about wrapped up. We've got a lot to do in there. So you guys are about to see the clip from beforehand when I was going to end the video the first time and decided to drag it out a bit longer, all right? So you're going to see other things that are different that aren't there, and there it is there, and there and ain't there, all right? All right, y'all. Got the cage off the boat. His tabs are done. I did do them for hinge joints. But his cage is off the boat, as you can see. The rigging is in here, because for one, it ain't been painted, and I don't want it sitting out there in the boat in the weather getting rusted all up before it can get primed and painted. Once it leaves here, if it's in the weather unprimed and painted, that ain't me. I'm gonna try to keep it as nice as I can, as long as I can, all right? But there's his rigging. There's his cage. There's the mocked up motor down there. There's this flare piece yonder. So I believe I'm about to start wiring this cage up. And then we're gonna build him a steering stick and start doing all the little things. So keep watching, y'all. Cage wire's done on the front, and I say done is done. It's all tacked together because I did it all at once. All right, so I knocked that out right off the rip. Now mind y'all, this is all tacked together. It's all freehand stuff. So sometimes the wire does jump a little bit when you put that heat on it, and you don't notice it unless you're sitting there staring at it like, was trying to find something wrong, and you might see a little bit of a one that's a bit out of line, but just looking at it, you never tell. And if anybody's looking at your boat that closely on the hill, you tell them, get the heck away from my boat. But no, it looks really good. But again, being all freehand and hand laid wire, sometimes the heat does make that wire jump. All right, y'all, we're back. Following morning, I finished the cage. I gotta still put a flag tab on it, but other than that, it's done. You seen this pattern? I don't know why I done it this way. It's different. I seen a few boats online that were done that way, that went from square to that, and I thought it kind of looked cool. After doing it, I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but it don't look bad. So being as the cage is basically done, I jumped back onto the rigging. I started welding these tabs on there. Now, I always do this on glass hulls because you want to get down into the stringer where there's some meat when you bolt it. If you just put this on a stringer and drilled it here, you're only like a ½ inch in the top of that stringer. And it can Alright y'all, so I done got his tabs on there. I done rounded them. I rounded all his tabs I just put on there with my floppy wheel and my grinder. Now I'm gonna do his battery box. He's getting a double battery. So how I mock up when I don't have a battery that they prefer to use, I use a battery box. So I'm gonna make it for 2 of these, and no matter what battery you use, they're definitely gonna fit into these. Well, any battery he's going to use, that's for sure. So I'm going to work on building my battery box. It's going to be a simple battery box. It's going to go right down on the floor yonder, or on the bottom to the angles. Just how I did the last one on the LS I just built. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out. That thing was fancy like Reaver, alright? So I'm going to work on the battery box and probably a steering stick after, but I don't know. But you'll see. I'm gonna get into this battery box, y'all. Alright, y'all. So we got the battery box in. I'm gonna show you that real quick. Super simple. Just some angle and flat plate. 2 pieces of angle on each side. Flat plate, flat plate, flat plate, flat plate. And it's still hot right now, otherwise I'd throw this in there and show you. The spacer in the center is because on these boxes they got these finger holding, picking up things. So that gives it enough space in the center there to where both Boxes are in there, they're not touching each other. But yeah, super simple, super easy, and it's exactly what I was going for, and that's what we did. So right now I'm going to work on putting a flat piece of flat plate in the bottom of the X right there for a fuel pump mount. I don't have a fuel pump to go off of, so I'm not going to pre-drill it. I'm just going to put the plate. He can easily put a bit in a drill and drill it to his fuel pump that he gets. Because I know if I asked him for one, he's going to say, I ain't got that yet. So I'm going to put a flat plate in there big enough to accept just about gosh darn any fuel pump, and he can drill it and put the fuel pump on. Then I have to make tabs, 4 tabs for his gas tank to bolt to all the way around. So I'm gonna work on doing those 2 things, and then when that's done I will jump to the steering stick, because I believe that's the last, really the last thing I gotta do besides some tabs for a steering cable. So, and a mount for the steering cable at the back of the seat. So other than that, it's about done, I think, unless I'm forgetting something, which I might be. Oh, I still gotta do a flag tab on the cage. And other than that, it might be done after that. I'm not sure. Oh, no, I still have to do his radiator. Still got to put his radiator back there, which I might do for a steering stick and all that. I'll do that last, because I can put it back in the boat at that point. So I can put it back in the boat now, but not really, because I want to put the tabs on the pieces of angle down here for his gas tank, and I don't want to be putting all that heat on top of them stringers and burning up fiberglass. So after I did the tank tabs, then I can put the rigging back in the boat and finish the rest, which I still probably won't, because it's a lot of work. Just throw it all back in there just for that.
Talk about healing someone who was sick on a bed, and they complained about preaching the Sabbath being the day of God, being the law of God, that we should never do any work on Sabbath according to the Old Testament. Old Testament only. They do not believe in Jesus Christ. They do believe that the Messiah will come. But when the Lord Jesus came, and he did come, the true Messiah has already come over 2,000 years now. He will come, the Messiah will come again once the first time. He will come again to judge the dead and for them to change overnight after 1,500 years of teaching. But for us Christians, for us to believe in Jesus Christ's blood that I shed on Calvary, the cross.
I've never set up a radiator like this before, and usually I would have some aluminum tabs welded to the radiator. If it didn't have any on it already, then I could bolt a piece of flat plate to the tabs, hang it up level, tack it on, cut off what I don't need. That would be the easy way, but this has some crazy mounting bracket system on it that it's something I've never used. I don't like it, but this is what he brought me to use. This is what he wanted. It's not his radiator, or otherwise I would weld some tabs on it. I used to have to go have it done, but now I can do it myself because I got a spool gun. So anyways, this is what he brought me. This is what I'm going to set up. I wish we were welding tabs, but we're not, because it's costing me out of a personal stash, but that's business. That's how life goes. Sometimes you have to do what you don't want to do. Make the sacrifice. Business. So anyways, well, you guys, I got the radiator on. She's all in there. She ain't going nowhere. So, now I believe is on to steering stick, I believe. I don't know, I could be wrong, but we'll see. You'll see. Well, I'll see. See? We's back, y'all. Got a stern stick made. I still have to cut it a little shorter, cap it, clean this end up down here, cap it. But got that there. I sleeved all this so it's good, and I made this big old decently thick plate as a gusset, so steering stick should be good. So we're gonna try this again, all right? We're gonna jump into getting this rigging in the boat. I hope it works. Whew. Man, went so fast I broke a sweat and everything. That gum. Rigging's back in the boat. My dog's trying to get up on the ground pounder over there. But she's back in there, radiator's in there. I got a few more things I got to weld over top of where the gas tank would be, so I left that out so I don't have to cover it. But I got to cap the steering. I have to put a tab on the back of the steering, make my tab for where the steering cable's gonna go, and I have to make a tab on the back where the steering cable's got to go. I still have to make a flag tip or a tab mount for a flag up there. I still have to put braces right between the seats for where his gauge box is going to go, or tabs. Not sure on that one yet which I'm going to do, or tabs or something. Got the steering on. I still got to ground that around them edges there, around the edge on the tab I put on the stick. Anyway, steering's on there. All I did was weld the steering cable I had. This is what I do anyways. I weld a bolt to this nut, so the flat plate that you bring out to it, you just drill a hole, a small one, instead of a big old hole to fit that through there. But I still got to ground around that stuff, and doing in the back, still do his mounts for his gauge panel. Still just a lot to do. Not really, but in reality it's just a bunch of small things. But she'll be done tomorrow. She'll be done tomorrow. So probably gonna call it for the night because it is past 8 o'clock and I'm tired as heck. So anyways, rudders are on, y'all. Well, run rudder's on, but I made a steering tab. But you see how I got a bolt that's welded to this nut here that goes through a little hole there. Instead of having to drill this plate out to get a big old hole and have the bar sideways and all that, or however you'd set it up, it's a lot less effortless and easier to set up. Well, y'all, sorry my camera died on that last one. This GoPro battery ain't holding up worth the darn no more. Maybe I'm using it more than I think I am. I don't know. But I took the rudder back off because I had to he didn't have enough heim joints. He's the guy, I had to use the two that came off of his center bar for his rudders that he brought from Cary over to mock that up. I'm probably only ever going to do this style rudder mounts anymore because they're just so much better with the heim joint in there. But that's done. His tabs in there. This steering tab's on there. Edges are nice and rounded. I also just put in his plates right there, there and there for his gauge box. I also did his tab for his flag. And other than that, pretty sure it's done. I don't have a reservoir to make tabs for on the cage, so he's gonna have to U-bolt it on there or do something, because if I don't have it when it's getting built, I can't build it for something I don't have, because they're all different. Each person that makes one makes it a different shape, different style. So that much being said, it's done. I'm gonna pull it out, clean everything up, get it all bolted back in right, and then I'll give you guys an overview, but for the most part it's done. So stay tuned for the overview, y'all. All right, y'all, Travis is on his way to come pick it up. She's done. I went ahead and drilled his aluminum plate. All the holes are in there. I did put 4 rivets in, 1 in each corner to hold it as he's going down the road. And I had to put some in there to help keep it in place as I drilled the other holes. Because again, I'm only one man with 2 hands. His rudders are right there. Again, they're not on because I don't have heim joints. It's on him to get the heim joints. I've done a lot of extra stuff for a very, very low price. A lot of extra stuff I'm not getting paid for, so I'm not paying $30 a piece for heim joints. He's gonna have to do that. As a builder, like if you went to Alumatech, Diamondback, Panther, Hammett, any of the other places, they're gonna mock it all up so you can get your bolts and nuts and pieces to put on there, unless you're paying extra for it. So anyways, quick overview, y'all. Also, I did not put his tank in for him to have to pull it out to get it all painted, because in this case, or in most cases, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I'd be damned sometimes I put boats all back together for him to take it to get it painted. Oh, why'd you put it all together? Not gonna take it all apart. And then if you didn't do it, they're gonna be like, oh, why didn't you do it? So in this case, I'm not gonna go ahead and put the tank and all that stuff in there for him or somebody else to have to take it all out to paint it. But once I end this video clip, I'm gonna put all the stuff in the boat. But I already had it in the boat, but I took it out so you guys could see. It was kind of cluttering it up. But there she is, y'all. There is his mount for his light. His flag tab's right there. His fuel pump tab is right there. He's gonna have to drill because I didn't have a fuel pump to drill it to. He didn't bring me Gouda bearing bushings, pillow block bushings, whatever you call them. He didn't bring those to me. Didn't pay me for them. So he's gonna also have to get those. So his steering stick's right down there in the boat. But it's all drilled, pre-drilled, ready to go. You just got to get them, put them on there. But this is it, y'all. I'm gonna finish wrapping up a few things before he gets here, and so I'll see y'all back in a second. All right, y'all, she's out of here. He's happy, everything's good. Say goodbye. Another happy customer. She gone.